What's up, party people? We got Monday Night Football here to end week 2 of the full Madden simulation rebuild of the 2025-2026 season, where we rebuild, we sim every game, every player, every rookie, every trade, every free agency signing. Depth charts are set to as real as possible. Playbooks, we're trying to narrow in on getting them as real as possible. Big emphasis on run balance versus pass balance. So it's not just about entertaining you. It's about trying to find the best slow sim playbooks so you can use them in your slow sim rebuilds. So it's a league with a purpose, and I want to thank you for watching, subscribing. We got plenty of games you can catch up on, and we got plenty of games and weeks to come for you. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, sit back, and enjoy Monday Night Football as we wrap up week 2.
Couple of teams here who began the year with wins. Let's see who can make it 2-0 as off we go in week 2. Starting from the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. So here come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is the second overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
It didn't take long for C.J. Stroud to make an immediate impact into the NFL, and it didn't take long for me, Kate, to form an opinion that this guy is just different. He just processes the game quicker. Remember talking to Ryan Day on the practice field in Columbus, watching him in college, and he just alluded to that as well. It's the anticipation. It is knowing where everybody is and getting that ball out before any receiver will even break on a route. C.J. was unique in that way, and that skill set has been a big part of his success.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 31. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. All right, set now. 1st and 10. Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials.
Encroachment defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still 1st down.
Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5. From the gun, Stroud. Collins there to grab it. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Schultz with the catch. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Brought down by Fred Warner. And the 49ers in a nickel set. 3rd down coming. Shotgun now for Stroud. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. On the carry, here's Dameon Pierce. The defenders are there to get him at the line. Brought down by Fred Warner. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Slot man in motion left. From the gun, here's Pierce. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
This time it's a passing play. That's complete. Here's Kirk. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans finish up an excellent opening series. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. Leading them out, a player known, yes, for that draft status, but also as a great methodical passer. I know you love this guy, Brock. The last pick of the 2022 draft, it's Brock Purdy.
You know, Kate, people won't stop recognizing Brock Purdy as Mr. Irrelevant right at first, but they better start recognizing his game. He shed that label of his draft status to me long ago. He proved there is no fluke to his talent. He knows how to see it, how to feel it, how to deliver it, and most importantly, he knows how to elevate the people around him. Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10 from the 41. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Purdy on 1st down. Complete out to the right. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Running back sent in motion. Purdy throwing here on 1st. On target to Garindo. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. Offense already looking like they're in mid-game form. They've got it down to the 32. Motion man sent left. Whiteout's getting involved in the ground game. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard. Well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 11. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. From the gun is Purdy. That's brought in by Jennings. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. He fields it from the 8. Returns looking good so far. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. This Texans offense readied up for its second drive of the contest. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Diamador Lenore there on the stop. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Nixon on the counter. And his drive up the middle gets him about 3. Brought down by Fred Warner.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Fights off a tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. Wow, oh wow. He sent his offense out twice now, and both times they fumbled it away. I'm not sure who's more aggravated, the dudes down there or the dude next to me up here.
Well, I'm aggravated, but I know the guy on the field wants to put the offense in the doghouse, like all of them right now. This can't happen in the NFL, Kate. And a lot of guys out there, they got to be looking to one another. Hold each other accountable to hold on to the ball.
Short pass brought in. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Neither side separating much so far. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They'll have 2nd and 7 to deal with. Handoff headed right, it's Garindo. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's Purdy to throw. He completes it in traffic. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
First down throw by Purdy. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap for Purdy. This one's caught. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown yet. He's out of bounds. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Now it's Purdy. The back's got it. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Moody knocks it through. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Texans and running back Dameon Pierce ready for their next drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And their defense held up after that fumble, only gave up 3. So time for this offense to make it up to them, get some points of their own. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Into the hands of Schultz. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it. Pierce up the middle. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's Stroud. Escapes out to the left. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
The best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
'49ers stacking up the secondary. Look at that. They're in the dime. 3rd down. Back to throw. Stroud. Out to his wideout. It's a screen. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. No return on that punt. And the 49ers will take over deep on their own side. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Back to throw, here's Purdy. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't gonna risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. That stop coming from Henry To'o. And the Texans going nickel coverage, 3rd down. They kick the running back in motion. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 30 yards on that one. And that's a 49er 1st down.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
They send a tight end in motion. Garindo running between the tackles. And he'll get this through midfield and starts pushing into Texans territory. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Here's Garindo again. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Running back sent in motion. 3rd and short. Here's Purdy. Cut by Jennings. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line.
I got to be honest, it hurts a little extra when it comes on 3rd down, but it really doesn't matter what down it is. If a completed pass is stopped at the line of scrimmage, offensively, that's a failure. Defensively, that's a success.
This one carries out of bounds. Not the greatest field position awaiting them. It's spotted at the 11. Here come the Texans as they get set to take over on offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. This is Pierce running right. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. And it's the Texans facing 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Stroud. Quick slant here to Kirk. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. third and a lone yard coming up. Ooh, the hard count worked. Somebody jumped. I think this is going to give them the first.
Encroachment, defense.
Well, it's not a long walk to the new spot, but it is a disappointing one to make. Instead of third down, they're now defending first and 10. They'll have a new set of downs following that defensive penalty. Stroud throwing here on first. Flushed out of the pocket. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. From the 44-yard line now, first and 10. From the gun, Stroud. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And he's able to get it past midfield and down onto the 49er side. Niners countering with a fifth defensive back on this third down. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's Stroud on first and 10. Hauled in left side. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Final timeout called by the Texans. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the 29. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up third down. Now it's Kaimi Fairbairn on to try it for the Texans. It's on the left hash, 46 yards out. Everly's kick is good. And that'll push their lead to 4.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
One last play before the break. One final shot before halftime. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when you saw the field. It's going to be second down. We've reached our halftime intermission with the Texans currently in front in Houston. Now we'll send you east to our studios in Orlando. That's where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
We just watched a very good first half out of the Ohio State man, C.J. Stroud. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The 49ers and Isaac Guerrero ready for another go on offense. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. They'll try the right side with Guerrero. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him adding a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Looking to return from the 29. And he's brought down before the return gets far. 58 yards on the punt there. And it's going to be Texans football. Houston's offense back out now and ready to go. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
First down, Stroud. That's complete. Here's Kirk. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
It's Mixon on second down. And he's able to get this down to the 36. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. First down, ball at the 36. Stroud. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Stroud to throw again on second. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Christian Kirk, the intended receiver. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Looking to throw, Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it sets up a Houston first.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They'll throw it again. Throwing the out route complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that gives them 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans push their lead further to start the half. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Point after, up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans drive their lead to 11. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The 49ers back on offense and set to take over. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun is Purdy. That's complete to Garindo. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Into the hands of Kittle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They kick the running back in motion. Hits his running back. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 2nd and 3 now. Ayuk put in motion left. To throw again, it's Purdy. Brought in by Ayuk. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there. And it brings up a San Francisco first down. Some movement there before the snap. Right side of the line. This is going to back them up.
Ball start. Offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Running it after the penalty.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap for Purdy. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense. It just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. It'll be Mitch Wisnowski doing the honors. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And they had that one contained right at the line. Nick Bosa makes the stop. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw. Stroud. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Throwing from the gun here. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They're set up at the 35 now. 1st and 10, a run to Mixon. And he's brought down for a loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Cut by Collins on the slant. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. A tight end in motion now. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
The Texans set to punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Went for 48 with his first kick, and this one looks even better. And that one comes down at the 2 before bouncing into the end zone for a touchback. Only one quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the third. It's 49ers ball, and they're sort of in comeback mode here. They trail to start the fourth. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying an inside give to Garindo. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now Purdy. That's brought in by Jennings. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. That tackle made by the rookie from Penn State. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Slot man motioned over. 3rd and short. Here's Purdy. Cut by Jennings. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Purdy throwing here on 1st. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 26. And that's a 49er 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Running back sent in motion. That throw finds Kittle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Purdy gets this from the pistol. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Well, it's not a long walk to the new spot, but it is a disappointing one to make. Instead of 3rd down, they're now defending 1st and 10. 1st and 10 for him now, following the penalty. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Complete to Pearsall. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win.
Touchdown, San Francisco! All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So now, massive moment coming up for the 49ers as they go for 2. He's throwing for it! And the call to go for it not rewarded as the pass falls incomplete. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Texans headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. To the sideline, Collins brings it in. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield. That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Finding Collins. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And he'll be brought down after a short carry that crosses the 45. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Keeping it with Mixon. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up 4th down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline. And now their offense gets a chance in a 1-score game.
So here come the 49ers on offense. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Putting the tight end in motion. Purdy on 1st down. Pearsall there to grab it. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Now they send their back in motion right. From the gun is Purdy. Kittle brings it in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st down throw by Purdy. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Motioning the tight end now. To throw again, it's Purdy. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Here he is to throw. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. No luck finding George Kittle with that one. So it's 2nd down coming up. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Back to throw. Finding Pearsall. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Here he is to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. It's an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble there on 4th down, and they move those chains. Running back, motioning right. He'll look to throw it. This throw is caught. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, 1st and goal. Setting up to pass. The back's got it. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. The 49ers will call their 3rd and final timeout. They kick the running back in motion. Shotgun snap for Purdy. And that's a touchdown. The catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his numbers
And he's into the end zone, so that turns out to be a very smart risk. They've got the lead in this 4th quarter. Well, that right there was a beautiful bit of short field artistry, partner, netting them a couple more points following the touchdown.
I love that word, artistry, because that's what you are as a quarterback, right? You have got to sometimes create a picture when there is none there. And this QB, more than capable of doing it, that just so infuses everyone around you with so much confidence, because it didn't have to be perfect. He could scramble and still find a way to create one heck of a beautiful painting.
Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Out now come the Texans on offense. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Collins there to grab it. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Timeout coming from the Texans, that's their first. From the 35 on 2nd down. Finds the in route complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Stroud throwing here on 1st. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Trying again following the sack. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. To throw. Looking for a target. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. The 49ers only moments away from finalizing this victory as they take a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a win for the visiting 49ers. And they can be proud of their exploits down the road and overall so far this season as they improve to 2-0. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the 49ers as we'll see you next time from Houston.